Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone who is joining across the globe for the session on Thema Talks, Sustainable Tourism, which focuses on empowering indigenous communities. So, before we start the main session, I would like to give a brief introduction to Thema Talks. So, Thema Talks is an initiative of Thema Collection. So, here what we do is we actually focus on sustainable related topics where we invite speakers so that they could share their success stories. So, today's session is mainly focused on how sustainable tourism could be continued with the support of indigenous communities. So before we move forward with the session, I would like to invite Ms. Jaini Kankanamge, Senior Executive of Thema Collection, to give a brief introduction on Thema Collection and this unique property, Wild Glamp in Galloya, where we work with the indigenous communities in the area. Over to you, Jaini.
Thank you very much, Ashan. Is my clear screen visible to you, Ashan? And am I audible?
Yes, perfect. Better if you could put it on PowerPoint mode.
Yeah, okay, just a moment. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ashan, for taking this initiative of Thema Talks and giving all of us this opportunity to showcase the sustainable aspect of Thema Collection. As sustainability wise, I would say Thema Collection, we're growing. And I think we need to thank you for taking a lot of steps to take it forward. So moving on to our main topic today about, first I would like to actually give an introduction to Thema Collection. Thema Collection is a thematic eco-friendly hotel chain in Sri Lanka with 12 boutique hotels and resorts and retreats committed to setting up a distinctive themes diversified all around Sri Lanka to bring the most wonderful stories filled with authentic Sri Lankan experience to life. Our latest addition to our hotel chain is Vitavi, which is a luxury beachfront boutique villa. And I'm happy to say we are spreading our wings all over Sri Lanka. And all of our 12 properties have different 12 experiences to give to our guests. And that's what makes us unique, because more than a product, we actually love selling the experience, what the Sri Lankan culture, the heritage we got to offer to our clients, and how our motto goes as our slogan, different themes, authentic experiences. Touching on our main property today, which is Wild Glamping Galloya. To start off, how this entire project came up with. So this project started during the COVID time. COVID time means a lot of challenges, and our architects, our management, our constructors, they all had a lot of challenges to face, and our team took it in a very positive manner, and they overcame all of these challenges. And we had a lot of restrictions also, like you can't travel between districts, and there were a lot of restrictions on imports. So all these obstacles was faced in a very positive manner, and we found solutions for all of it. And the outcome has been Wild Glamping Galdoya, where we use most of the construction was done by using eco-friendly materials. And as a result, we have been able to win the platinum certification by the Green Building Council of Sri Lanka in the year 2022. And also for this construction, we have mainly got the help of the local community, as in the people from the vicinity, to help us to build this property, and not forgetting the indigenous community, which plays a major role in our property. And how sustainability actually works, how we put sustainability into practice at Wild Glamping Galloya and most of other properties is we minimize the energy consumption. 60% of our energy requirement of the property is partially provided through renewable energy sources, which includes solar power and hot water. And most of our restaurants at Thema Collection uses natural lighting and no air condition in seating area. So we are very, how shall we say, we're very actively looking to ways how to use the natural resources we have. If we have good lighting, we will not be using external lighting and trying to save our energy consumption. So most of our properties have massive seating areas, dining areas. We use the ventilation within that property to use. We don't have much air conditioning in those kind of places because we know we can get the maximum use of the resources we have around the property. Another initiative we have is minimizing water consumption. We have implemented a water treatment system, linen reuse policy, and water retention pools. So these are all of the ways where we can reuse the water, and it's always we make sure that there's no wastage when it comes to any of the resources which we have been given. And one of our main focuses is reducing, right? Actually, we're trying to eliminate, but we're trying to get there, use of single-use plastic. We have implemented glass water bottles. And for the toiletries, we do not have a little bit of small portions of lotion or shampoo and all, whereas we have refillable big bottles, as you can see, with body lotions and shampoo, conditioner. And the best part about this is all of these products are being manufactured by one of our local doctors, Ayurvedic doctors, and all the material used in creating this product, all natural ingredients. And happy to say this is one of the products that guests wants to buy also at the time of checkout. We have a lot of instances we've come across guests saying if they could purchase our body lotion, it smells so good that they just want to take a bottle home as well. One of the other aspects also we have at most of our properties along with Galder is supporting the local community when it comes to for the operations of our hotel resorts. And most of the materials we used at Wild Glamping Galder during the construction, like I mentioned before, was from the local community. Along with the manpower, we use the local community. And now for the hotel operations also, we are currently using what we can get from our local areas. For instance, if you take our kitchen, almost half of the ingredients and the raw materials we use for cooking is from our garden. So we do have our own vegetable farm, and our local communities along with the staff maintains that garden. So most of the vegetables which comes to our plates at Wild Glamping Galder, we are happy to say it was all produced in our garden and no additional chemicals or fertilizers have been used. Very organic food we do serve there. And as of our today's main topic, the local employment, we have the local community, including the indigenous communities we call as the Vadda community, which is about 80% of our total staff at Wild Glamping Galder. And we always believe giving back to the community. And we do have a lot of other CSR projects, which we will be talking in the future about how Wild Glamping Galder gives back to the community. And finally, I would like to say at Wild Glamping Galder, we've taken pride in our strong connection to the local community. With 80% of our community staff are from the community, and we are actively involved in indigenous community into the day-to-day operations of our establishment, recognizing the valuable contribution they make to the unique experience we offer. As a local hotel chain committed to promoting authentic local experiences, we are passionate about safeguarding our rich cultural heritage for future generations. Our commitment goes beyond providing exceptional hospitality. It is extended to fostering a sustainable relationship with the community and contributing to promoting our cultural identity. So I would wind up by showing this video clip, which was taken at Wild Glamping Galder, to show how the local community is involved in our day-to-day operations. And we would want to thank our team there for making this product so unique. It's you all who has helped us to build that. And thank you very much, Team Glamping Galder. I will wind up my speech by showing this clip. Thank you, Ashan. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jaini, for the introduction to Thema collection. As you all know, what's unique in Thema collection is we have a specific theme to all of our properties. So I think today is the most awaited session for today's session. So what we want to discuss here, how we have engaged the indigenous communities in promoting tourism at wild glamping Galla. So no better than we get our expertise from the local ground level. So today we have got Madhava Kalawana, resort manager of wild glamping Galla, and also we have got Gunasiriatto, who has been a tribal guide for us, who has served us for the past 2 years to share their experiences. And what is important is that the knowledge which we find in the local level, we should always try and share, because in another 10 to 15 years, we might lose this knowledge. So specifically, this session was created to share this knowledge, and also keep in mind that our team is joining from from Galloya, so there is some connectivity issues as well. But we'll try our level best to share our story. So over to you, Madhav. Madhav, I think you are on mute. Madhav, can you hear us? Yeah, sorry, there has been a technical difficulty. Our team will be joining. Give us a moment. Madhav, now can you hear us?
Yes, thank you, Ashan. Let's let me proceed to my presentation. Uh, First of all, I would say like a Mama Ketchup Kondamai, that's a traditional welcome way from that Vedas community from the Ratugala. First of all, we'll go through with that. I hope that everyone can hear me.
Yes, Madhav, all
There are
perfect.
some
Yeah.
limited connection from the Ratugala area. From the Gunabandi Latto, that the local community member from the indigenous community, and how they start from their lifestyle. I mean, from the Danigala, those who are living, how they living, their living pattern, and how many of they are living on the Danigala. So, Mama Kacha Kondamai Gunabandi Latto. මේ අත්තන්ට කතා දාන්නකො ඒ දානිකල ගල්රුකුල් පොජ්ජේ කී දෙනෙක් ඉඳි තිබ්බද ඒ තැන කැවිල්ලෑවේ එතකොට ඇදිහිලි තැන මන්ද උනේ මොනවාද මේ අතන කතා දාන්නකො
Madhava, slightly can you tell Gunabandha to talk a bit louder?
හයියෙන් කතා දාන්න
බවවා මේ බණ්ඩාරවරු 7 දෙනෙක් ඒ 7 දෙනාගෙන් තමයි මහා බණ්ඩාර කියන ඒ ඇත්තෝ ඉදිරි බවුවේ ඒ ඇත්තන්ගෙන් කට්ටපොජ්ජ රඳන කට්ටපොජ්ජ තමයි අද දාස් මැච්චේ මේ දැනට ඉදිරි බන්නේ ඒ කාල මැච්චේදී මේ ඒ ඇත්තෝ මේ කැවිල්ලාවේ මුන්දිය ඇලු පොජ්ජ මන්ද කෙල්ල කනපල්ලි පැණි පොජ්ජ කැවිල්ලාවා අල පොජ්ජ කැවිල්ලාවා ඒතනම තමයි හත පොජ්ජෙත් කැවිල්ලාවේ ගල්රුකුල් පොජ්ජේ තමයි ඒ ඇත්තෝ රඳල එකමක් විදිහට තමයි ඒ ඇත්තෝ රඳවුවේ ඉතුරු හතමින් එකමක් තමයි මහ බණ්ඩාර ඇත්තෝ තමයි එතන ඉති බවුවේ ඉතුරු කට්ටු පොජ්ජ හයමක් තමයි ඔය ගම්පොජි වලට බෙදුම් පොජි මන්දෝලේ කල්බණ්ඩාර දෙයිලා ඇත්තෝ මේ ඉතිබාවේ උඩතෙන්ට ඒ තමයි ඉතිබල තමයි මේ අපේ හුරුලා ඇත්තෝ හැඳුම් පොජ්ජ මන්දෝ කළා මේ ගල්රුකුල් පොජ්ජට හැඳුම් පොජ්ජ මන්දෝ කළා සුකම් පොජි වලට හැඳුම් පොජ්ජ මන්දෝ කළා විල් මේ තෙන්ට හැඳුම් පොජ්ජ මන්දෝ කළා මල් පොජ්ජට හැඳුම් පොජ්ජ මන්දු කළා. ඒ ඇත්තෝ ඒ දැන් උනත් අපි කාලමැච්චේදීන් කැලා පොජ්ජ මං ගච්චනකොට අත පොජ්ජක් එල්ලුම් පොජ්ජ මන්දු කියලා තමයි හැඳුම් පොජ්ජ මන්දු කියලා මන්දු වෙනකොට තමයි අපි කල්බණ්ඩක් දේලා ඇත්තෝ කන්ද දේලා ඇත්තෝ කිරියම්මල ඇත්තෝ නෑකුම් හැටිමේට තමයි අපි හැඳුම් පොජ්ජ මන්ද කෙන්නේ. ඒතර තමයි අපිට ඉස්සත් Mama
Mama what Gunistan says that the Danigala region, there's almost like a 7 brothers plus 3 sisters. If you go through that, all the 7 brothers, that the elder one is the Danigala Mahabandar Lage, and the second one is the Hantana Bandar, and the Khe Bandar, Kala Bandar, Punchi Bandar, and Ranghoti Bandar, and Kirti Bandar. And afterwards, there are 3 sisters. The name was Tuti, Handi, and Kapuri. So those 7 brothers was the dispatched around the Sri Lanka. From one is that Danigala Mahabandar is moving to the Ratugala, and some are moving to the Dambana and Pollebad, Dalukana, Wakare, and there are several places still that you can see some indigenous community was remaining. If they take it as their life, the living style, what they eat it, they normally eat like a hunting. They eat the wild stone and wild yams, and they will stay at the Danikala, the cave range. And if you take their beliefs and the religion-wise they did, they will normally believe the trees and the rock and some animal bones, and at the same time the past is like their grandparents. In also they will believe the god Kalubandara and as well as the Indigolle Kiriyamma. So those are the life pattern was there in the Danikala caves. So afterwards we'll ask from again the Gunusiri how they have to move it, because what's the reason they have to move to the Danikal to Ratugala. Gunabandla to me than Kata Danwe Danikala Rukul Pojjang me Ratugala Rukul Pojjata Koi Kala matches me than the Mangachwe නෑන් ලැත්තෝ එතකොට කැකුලෝ කැකලියෝ කීතනක් මේ තන්න මන්දුනාද ඒතන මේ තන කතා දාන්නු
මම අපේ ඌරු ඇත්තෝ එතන මේ ඇත්තනේ පරම්පරා පොජ්ජේ මිනිග්ගජ්ජෝ දානිකල පෝර්ගම් පොජ්ජේ තමයි ඉති බවුනේ එතන මේ ඇත්තන්නේ දම් පොජ්ජේ අර දිය පොජ්ජක් බැඳුම් පොජ්ජේ මන්ද වෙනකොට ඒ ඇත්තන් රතුගල පෝර්ගම් පොජ්ජේට ඒ ඌරු ඇත්තෝ පවුල් 7ක් තමයි මංගච්චල රතුගල පෝර්ගම් පොජ්ජේ ගල්රුකුල් පොජ්ජේට තමයි ඇත්තෝ මංගච්චල ඒතන ඉතිබල ඒ ඇත්තන්ට මංගච්චල ඉතිබලකට ඒ ඇත්තන් මුණ එකවත් කැවිලාන පොළොවේ අපේ ඌරුලට කැලා පොජ්ජේට මංගච්චල ඒ නෑල්ල ඇත්තෝ පමණක් ඉතිබලුවේ ඒතන තමයි පාගේ ඉතිබල ඉතුරු කට්ට පොජ්ජේ කැලා පොජ්ජේට තමයි මංගච්චල අල පොජ්ජේ මුන්ඩික මස් පොජ්ජේ පතු පොජ්ජේ මේ එකමක් විදිහට ඒගොල්ලෝ කැවිලාල ඉඳි බලන්න. ඒතනම තමයි ඉතින් යත්තන්ට දීම් පොජ්ජේ පැල පොජ්ජේ අර තේරුම් පොජ්ජේ මන්ද වෙනකොට ඉඳි තිබෙනකොට ඒ ඇත්තෝ පැල පොජ්ජේ හිටුම් පොජ්ජේ මන්ද කියලා රුකුල් පොජ්ජේ හැදුම් පොජ්ජේ මන්ද කියලා. ඉතින් අපේ හුරුල ඇත්තෝ දැන්ට ඉතින් ඒ ඇත්තෝ හොඳ වාගේ අර ගල් රුකුල් පොජ්ජේ පොදොයි. දැන් ඉතින් අර කරුකුල් ගච්චන රුකුල් පොජ්ජෙත් ඒ කැකුලෝ නෑල් ඇත්තෝ එක්කම මං ගච්චනවා අපේ හුරුල ඇත්තෝ. ඒතෙන් තමයි අද රට පොජ්ජෙත් එක්කම මේ ඉඳි බල මේ මහම කැච්චක් කරනවා අපේ ඌරුල ඇත්තෝ කල්බණ්ඩ දී කන්ද දීලා ඇත්තට කිරියම්මල ඇත්තට නෑකුම් හැටුමෙට මේ ඇත්තෝ හැදුම් පොච්ච මන්දෙන් මහම කැච්චක් කරනවා.
What? Yes, as Gunasiri says that they have to move from the Danigala to Ratugala because of the 1948 that Galloya project was started to build the Thema dam. At the same time, the 1956 that they should have to move to the Ratugala. Still, when you come to the Ratugala, you can see that the original caves, I mean, after moving to the Ratugala, is still out the remaining. But nowadays, they will just make their own houses using the clay and some cement brick as well. So when you come to the Galloya project, when we in 2000, end of the 2019, when we come to the Ratugala, as a first stage, we started our own farm and doing good agricultural practices with engaging with the help of the Ratugala indigenous community. On the 2022 meet, we start our second project. I hope everyone can see me here.
Yes, Madhav.
Sean? All right. Okay. And 2022 mid, we start our resort project again with the help of the indigenous community as a main suppliers, some laborers, the contractors, some subcontractors. Those are involved with that to make that beautiful resort at the Ratugala. From the last stage, when we are making the resort, we have a small chat with that all the employees that who already work in that like last 1.5 year. We just ask them those who like to work in the farm or those who like to continue with the hotel. Uh, there's a 10 staff members that already like to join with the farm as they did in the last year, like a half a year with us. And there's, I'm happy to say, like a 16 members that already wish to join with the hotel operation. It's happy to say, but in the same time, it's a bit challenging for us because they are very first time they are entered into the hotel sector and the same time the language barrier as well. But after we had a chat with that again with the hotel staff that would like to join it, we'll divide it to the 4 departments: the housekeeping, F&B, maintenance, the farm, of course, and the kitchen. So after we'll do the continuously training, on the job training for those people. And we did some English classes in the evening to get some hotel terms like some words that we are using in the hotel, like a check-in, check-out, half boat, full boat. So those words, at least to get an idea for these people. So we'll just continuously and almost 6 months with the, and that time I have another 3 staff members that already have a kind of experience from the hotel field with our sister hotel. With the help of these 3, we will have a continuously training, on the job training, and we will back on with them with they are doing the services to the guests to if they are doing a mistake. On the main thing is the barrier is the communication because they don't know the English, and that of course that foreigners sorry, understand that the Vendas language. So those difficulties was there, but we are very successfully last 2 years. And after the soft opening, also we did the, again, as I said, the continuously the training throughout it. And this one also something very unique product. What we start from the wild lamb Bengala to collect it wild bees honey. It's a pure, but they brought it from the jungle. And in front of us, they will just, they get it and you can saw it. It's not a mixed set, it's a pure bee honey. And it will be available at all our Thema collection hotel in Sri Lanka. So, and a part of that, we have our own farm, like a 24 acres, we have our own farm. But again, we are give to the priority for the local community. If they have some fruits, some vegetables, fish, again we just give priority for them to bring it for us, and that income also, that benefit also, it's again going back to the Ratugala community. And we did celebrated a World Indigenous Day on the 9th of August. We just have a small gathering and we just appreciate their contribution to us to this opening, and we just share the knowledge. And they have their separate cooking style, that is smoke item, that we normally medical plant identification, that they are medical treatment, and they are knowledging their vision of the animals. They are they will very concerned about the nature. So all those things we share with them, and we teach them and we learn them. So these are like a we are like a family. For we are doing all those things last 2 years. And again, I must to say, before we come to the Ratugala, the most of the indigenous community, they don't have a uh, what do you call uh, permanent income throughout the year. Either they will selling bee honey, either they will just selling some kind of fruits like a Nelly or Galsiambala, either just selling medical plants. So it's a once a year. They don't have the permanent income throughout the year. But after we uh, came here like end of the 2019 till sorry, up to now, I'm happy to say like 80% of my card is from that Vedas community. And the present, they have a permanent job, and we are giving the meals, we are giving uniforms, and we are giving accommodation, and we are giving insurance and the welfare, and all the benefits is for the local community. And as well as we did some CSR project with helping of the guests, those who are staying with the wild glamping Galway, to the Ratugala school, and some selected family uh, from the Ratugala Das community. And today, we are actually successfully completed the online platform, and we're having the repeat guests, and also we won the Green Building Platinum Award in 2022 to our continuous sustainable practices at our premises. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to visit Wild Glamping Galloya uh, to get a very unique experience of the services, the foods, and the concept, and the very unique excursions that we provide at Wild Glamping Galway. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madhava, for the input. So, as Madhava said, what is required is sharing of this local knowledge. In another 10 to 15 years, this knowledge won't, as I think, will be deteriorating. For example, if you take now, there are about 10 who has this knowledge in this area, and there are family members. This knowledge has not been transferred. For it's an opportunity for every one of us to visit this place and actually learn from these indigenous communities how they have used the medicinal plants, how they use the bee honey, and there's things like that. As Madhava said, through this project, what we have done is we have opened the pathways for more income. For example, the bee honey, which was earlier sold for lower prices, which is actually extracted sustainability using indigenous methods, where the bee honey is brought back and we sell them in our hotels, and a portion of this goes to the welfare of the indigenous communities. So next up is a more interesting topic. Before that, I would like to I would like to tell you, if you have any questions, please drop onto the chat box. So after the next session, we can have a small discussion type so that you can get more knowledge from these experts who are in the local level. What's important is sharing the knowledge of local level to the national. Then we should take these messages to the international level. So next up, it's an interesting topic: biodiversity and indigenous knowledge. So how we have used the indigenous knowledge incorporating promoting biodiversity to our tourists and local communities. So there is a next speaker. I would like to invite Achinta Disoisa, who is the lead naturalist and the guest relation officer at Wild Glamping Galway. Achinta, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Ashan. I think I can hear me very clear. Now I'm going to share my presentation. Ashan, I think you can hear me very clear.
Yes, clear.
Okay. Okay, first of all, I like to to give some brief the introduction about the Galway the region. Today I'm going to the first few slides. Trying to introduce some about the biodiversity of the Galway Valley National Park and the Portugal area. After that, we can move to the excursions and how we sharing the knowledge with the indigenous community and how we what are the things we learn from them. And after that, I can explain. First, yes, the Galway National Park is situated in
I think you have to share the screen.
southeast. I already share my screen with you.
I think you have only put on PowerPoint mode still.
Yes, now you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now okay. Yeah. Now perfect.
Okay. The first, the main, I'm trying to give some brief about the biodiversity of Gallo and the Portugal. Okay, the Gallo National Park is located in the both Ampara and the Monrogal district, spread over the Uva province and Eastern province. This Gallo National Park, established in 1966 period, as the main catchment area of Senanayaka Samudra. Gallo is uh, the sixth biggest national park in Sri Lanka. It's spreading over 25,900 hectares. And in the slide, the left corner, you can see one of the map, the location of Galle River basin. Galle River is the main, the riverside of this national park. It's over 100, more than 100-kilometer long river, starting from hills of the Badul area. This national park situated in both intermediate and dry zone. When we explore this, doing some exploration, in that time we can see a lot of different the things here, right? A lot of different vegetation type, different types of animals. Before when I came here, before I see some animals only in the wet zone part and some animals living only mountain part. But when I came here, I spot the animals and the vegetations on in this area, right? And the annual the rainfall receiving from this northeast monsoon, the average rainfall is 1,700 millimeters, and the elevation it's varies from 30 meters to 900 meters uh, in the national park. And here we can see a lot of different vegetation types in this slide. You can see these are the few the types. The mainly we can see the savanna forest here. I will explain after that. And these are the few different types: evergreen forest and the moist semi-evergreen forest, and a lot of small streams and big there is river streams also we can see around here, right? And yes, this is the in the background picture you can see the savanna forest. This is very unique for this area. When you this kind of forest type only you can see in Galloya. This we call savanna forest. It means the grassland and the isolated trees.
the grassland, the forest fires, they maintain this grassland, and all other the trees can tolerant. That's why we can see the grassland and the isolated trees. Very the grassland is spread over the around the Nilgala and one part of Ratugala, and only in that area. And other parts, top of the mountains, we can see some the moist semi-evergreen types, and around the lakeside we can see the grassland and some uh, the big trees like the dry mix evergreen conditions we can see in that areas. Especially the savanna, when you visit that savanna forest, you can see these four birds. They only live in this around this national park, around the savanna forest. They we known as the regional. These are the regional resident uh, birds. The unique bird is a painted francolin one. The relation of the jungle fowl and the pheasants, and this is a kind of type of the partridge, and they live only in the savanna forest. And there's another small the quail species called jungle bush quail, and they also live around the Ratugala and the Nilgala area in the savanna forest. And there's another wild pigeon you can see here called yellow-footed green pigeon, and the woodpecker, streak-throated woodpecker. They live only around this national park. I think the streak-throated woodpecker, I heard a few times they report in other different locations, but the Nilgala is the most suitable place to see that these four birds. Okay. Excursions, and during the exploring the time, I have a lot of biodiversity here. I record more than 35 the mammals and more than 60 the reptiles, including both all lizards and the geckos and the skink species, and more than 160 birds, and nearly 14 plus the freshwater fish species, and a few the freshwater crab species, and more than 90 plus amphibian species, and lepidopteras like butterflies and the moths. I think I record more than 90 butterflies and moths around this uh, the Galway and the Ratugala area. Here we can see some very special snakes. Before I came here, I thought that the green pit viper, they live in only the wet zone. But after I came here, during the Monkey Mountain hike, the few times I spot that the green pit viper, and I spot another few the lizard and the few some unique endemic the point endemic amphibians and the lizards here. And in this area, we can see in Sri Lanka we record the terrestrial, the inland snakes, highly venomous snakes. In this area, we record four of them. Like in this picture, you can see Russell's viper and the common crate. It's not here. The common crate and the cobra and the hump-nosed pit viper. And these are some other snakes. That runner is golden cat snake. I found only 2 times here. That much they are in this area. They live in the top of the mountain part, like other unique and endemic species. They're not. We can't see anywhere. Only few places I spot them. And there are a lot of non-venomous snakes. And during our time here, we are trying to do some conservation parts. Like we are trying to teach the school children in the community, and we are trying to teach our staff members to conserve that species. We we teach them to identify these animals. What are the highly venomous, what are the dangerous, what are the non-dangerous one, right? And here you can see some the gecko species I found here. They are not common, right? Few of them are very rare to see, right? Only few places we can see them. And I record more than, I think, more than 12 different the gecko species. And there's some specialty. And this is the Sri Lankan golden gecko, we called Calodactys plus Ilangothrum. And they have, we are using this gecko to our, when they make our logo, we are using this gecko. Because of this gecko is endemic to the Galloy region. And that gecko have very special the behaviors. They have a special behavior called communal nesting behavior. It means all the females gather to one place to their laying eggs. They're using their tongue to clean that surface and they stick their eggs. And the closest relative of this the gecko live in India. In this genus, we record only 2 species. One is living around the Gullah, another one living in India. Right? Then we are trying to give some message. That's why we are using this gecko as our logo. Right? And there's another special gecko. It's a point endemic one. To provide the respect to the indigenous communities live in Sri Lanka. Some of the researchers they named that geckos to highlight the indigenous community in this area, right? And we call that the gecko is Cerdactylus vedda species. They live, and I like to show there's another special gecko in that the right side lower corner. His name is Fish Nilgala. That gecko also live in only in Nilgala, right? And here I found some the lizard species. At the top left corner, you can see the lyre-head lizard called Lyrocephalus scutatus. And the same like before, I saw this animal in Whetstone Park. But when I came here during the hike, I spot the few population in the top of the mountain parts. And there's another, all of the other endemic except that the green garden lizard. And there's another special one, the hairy tree skink is the only one arboreal skink live in Sri Lanka, native to, it's a native species near the river rainforest and the river sides of intermediate and both the dry zone part of the island. And there's another, the Calotos silenensis, the painted lip lizard, found only in the dry zone, so endemic, the lizard. Sorry. And the kangaroo lizard also endemic in Sri Lanka. We record only 2 species. One is living a lowland part in the Whetstone part. There's another one living in intermediate and the mountain, the lower mountain part. Here we can see these animals. These are the amphibians we spot around the Galloya and the wild glamping Galloya and the Rottugal and the Galloya National Park. The most special thing is actually this part is an intermediate part. Only one time of year we have rain. In that time, we can see these amphibians. In the dry zone part, we can't see them because that condition is not good for them. In the rainy season, we can see these all the animals. There's another special the frog species in right side top corner, you can see the Sri Lankan, the tribal, the rock frog. In that genus, we record only 4 species. The rest of them live in the wet zone and the mountain part. And in the intermediate part, 19, one of the researchers team, they found this frog around the Nilgal area. Right? They preferred mainly, they are active in the monsoon season only, and very rare species live in the top part of the mountains and horizontal surfaces near the clean water streams. You can find them. And during our the walk with our guests and with the community, and in the forest we can see these all most of the small and beautiful creatures. These are the butterflies we can see here. That left top one is the baronet, is live only here. The restricted to the savanna lands of the Uva Basin, and around the Nilgiri area we can spot that beautiful butterfly. That's the beautiful butterfly belongs to the family Nymphalidae, and our national the butterfly Ceylon birdwing also we can see here around the Galway National Park. Some endemics and some rare butterflies also there, including some the night butterflies, moths. And these are the few pictures you can see. And these are the night butterflies called moths. Record here, I think I record more than 50 different species of the moth species around the Galloya, right? It's throughout the year. Only few specific time periods we can spot them. These are some insect species we found in around the Galloya. You can see a lot of different types of dragonflies, bugs, and the grasshoppers, and the different spiders, and different types of centipedes. The tiger spiders, especially, we found nearly 3 or 4 species, and the more different species, spider species, I record around the Galloya. And these are the birds. I think more over 160 birds we record around Galloya, including the Nilgaland around the Senanayaka Samudra area, and we record more than 160 birds, like nearly 40 birds are the migratory birds. You can see them only some specific season. The rest, all during our excursion, during our safari. So the Nilgali is very famous for the bird watching, and yes. Okay, I'm going to move some interesting part. The forest work we work with indigenous people. In the hotel, we arrange some the walks with the indigenous, the guide join with us, and both local and the foreign, the guest, they are doing this excursion to get a different knowledge, to get a different experience, right? And when during that walk, we are explaining their culture, their rituals, the traditional things, and they are more mainly explaining about their language. Because before I came here, I learned about the indigenous people, but I don't know about I don't have any idea about the language. But after that, when I came here, I worked with them like nearly the few years. Then some the language from them, and I learned a lot of some unique experience with them, because we have a scientific based education, but they don't have that. They basically, we know they are hunter gatherers, right? They live in the forest. They don't have any connection with outside world. But now this village is bit developed. They can meet a lot of outsiders. Then now they are trying to deliver their experience and their knowledge with them. I think these are the, I think in this village, like nearly 30 elders keep all the traditional things. The rest are not following their things. Then we are trying to extract their experience and their knowledge, right? And during the walk, we are visiting one of the cave site they lived before. In that time, they explain how many people live in that cave and how they cook and how they doing the hunting and how they collect the things. Yes, these are the very special tree plants found in this Nilgala savanna forest. And there's many more, like more than 90% plants have a herbal value. And the indigenous community, the elders, they have really good and amazing knowledge to use that thing. And then still they collect from all the parts of the tree, like the leaves, the nuts, the fruits, and the roots and the barks. They are collecting and they are selling, and they know what is the use of the materials. Right? And these three plants are the very main three plants here. Can see, and there's the few the plant species you can see. Uh, During the walk, we are showing and we are explaining their experience. For example, that the middle top photo is a yakinarang. It's a type of wild citrus. During the walk, uh, the the indigenous guide, the guide, he show this plant and he explain how they use and what is the purpose of that plant. And there are some the wild fruits you can see, and the cane fruits, and there's another the middle over you can see the cycade. They're using that nut to extract the flour, and they're making some the talapa. It's the very unique food they eat. And there's another tree you can see. It's a Mangifera silinica, the wild mango, which in Sinhala we call atamba. And they collect that wild fruits, wild yams, and uh, some herbal plants for their use. And we took these the photos during the walk. We are going to place called Ihila Kandura. In the left lower corner, you can see that the place Ihila Kandura is still it's a natural water spring. Still, all the villages they use the water. When they live in the Danigala area, in that time also they use this water because it's not getting dry. The whole here it's produced water. And during our walk, we are showing and we are explaining the traditional things, and we are trying to deliver the best experience for the guest who interesting to know about the indigenous community. And the other thing is we also learn a lot of things from the indigenous community, and actually we teach them, and we are trying to because they live in a forest before, and they know a lot of things, and like uh, when we are going to the forest, they know how to find the paths, they know how to identify animal pug marks, and They know what are the poisonal fruits, what are the poisonal leaves, and what are the good the edible fruits. Right? We before that I don't have that idea, but after that when I came here, I visit a lot of places with the tribal members. In that time, they share their experience and their knowledge with us. Right? If someone like to get that experience, please welcome to the wildland in Galloya. And in that time, you can get a better and the different experience. Okay, now I'm going to the moving one of this very special and special thing, the Senanayaka Samudra. In 1948, our first Prime Minister, Mr. D.S. Senanayaka, he started this project. Within 6 years, he finished this the project, and in that time, they crossed the Galloy River. Galloy River is the main river basin. They dam the river and they fill the water. It produce like the water capacity of this the lake is 770,000 acres feet and produce water for 123,000 the hectares of the farming lands. And in this project have some different sub-purpose, generating the electricity, and they have 4 different hydropower stations. They provide, they are generating 11.8 megahertz the electricity to the national grid. And according to the Department of Wildlife Conservation, in this national park, they did a elephant census project. In that time, they said nearly 650 elephants live in this national park. Between the Galloy National Park, there's another 2 national parks are situated. One is the Maduroya and the Lahubala. Then the elephants have a migration routes, the traditional routes. Then still they are trying to cross the borders, and they are going to their traditional the lands. And another special thing is the swimming elephants. Actually, it's a different migratory the type of the elephants. Mainly they are swim to cross island to found food. And other hand, some solitary male elephants they swim to find their mates. And during the boat safari, we took the photos, and we have a chance to see elephant gatherings and the swimming elephants, the birds. There's a beautiful bird island over, I think, more than 14 different bird species we can spot the island. They all are the nesting birds. And during our boat safari, we can see that the wonderful behaviors of the jackals and the lots of birds. And if you wish to get that experience, please welcome to the wild glamping. Then you can get a better experience, right? Thank you very much, Ashan.
Thank you very much, Achinta, for a very informative presentation on the biodiversity of wild camp in Galloya and how you have used the indigenous knowledge, like how you have got the as a naturalist. As you started, you had the more idea on the biodiversity. After that, the gaining of knowledge from the indigenous community about the medicinal plants. That is what is important, and these should be documented and also being shared with others. So I know that there are several questions on the chat box as well, but unfortunately we have run out of time. So yes, there was a question whether you can get the presentations. I have actually put the contact details of our manager. You can directly contact him and ask get in touch with them and ask for the presentations and any knowledge sharing sessions that you need from our team. And if there are further any questions, you can always drop an email to us, or you can get in touch with us. So once again, I would like to thank the speakers, Madheva Kalawan, the resort manager of Wild Camp in Galloya, then Gurusiri Atto, who is a tribal guide who has been working with us, and also we should thank Machinta Disoisa for his presentation on the biodiversity of Sri Lanka. And also thank you very much for the participants who have been participating continuously on our Thema Talk sessions, and also for the valuable comments. We would like to highly appreciate to take these comments, and also we are planning of having sessions in future as well. So do follow us on our social media channels at Sustainability at Thema, where we share our sustainability journey with all the participants, as we feel that sharing of the knowledge to the general public is vital in protecting and moving forward of Sri Lanka. Once again, thank you very much for joining the session. Hope to see you on another session on Thema Talks. Good night.